Hello everybody and welcome to episode 10 of Brunswald. In today's episode we're gonna work on a small port, or a marina I guess, and some seaside mansions, and also just test out a little bit some suburbs. So yeah, that should be fun, but currently I'm working on a new connection from the highway into Brunswald along the water here. Because yeah, it's just sort of a detour for people coming this way to have to go around this whole mountain and enter the other way. So I wanted to add this entrance to the city here. So it's sort of an interesting road, I guess you could say, because it has this big sort of curve there that goes up on the mountain, and then you enter some tunnels and stuff like that. So pretty cool connection. But yeah, I'm just making a bridge over that water, and this little area here is pretty cool because it just has a bunch of like bridges and stuff going over the water, like the train bridge and the highway, and this one now as well. So just a pretty interesting area. But I don't know how much we will actually be like putting down buildings and stuff out here. Not sure, to be honest. But yeah, so just connecting to the highway here. That's pretty much what I'm doing. But yeah, not too much actually to talk about currently. Besides that, I'm just like putting down roads, making this interchange here. So I thought I would, I guess, talk a little bit about the last episode and some feedback I got from some of you guys. And a lot of people said that I should not have fences around the farms and stuff like that. So I do actually agree with that, and I didn't really think of that too much, because now that I guess look at it in real life and on Google Maps and stuff like that, a lot of fields do not have like fences around them. So that was sort of a mistake I made, but I actually went in off camera and just removed the fences, and it actually looks pretty solid, you know. Like I should have definitely like done that from the beginning, because I guess it's just areas that has animals and stuff that have fences and not really crops and just normal fields. So that was one of the major feedbacks, I guess, on the last episode, but I'll definitely keep that in mind when I do farms in the future, because it definitely is way more realistic to not have fences everywhere. But yeah, so thanks a lot for that feedback. I do appreciate it. I want to keep making stuff more realistic. So that feedback is very appreciated. But yeah, so what we're going into now is just this area here, which is where this episode will, I guess, take place. This is the place we'll be working on. And it's just between the water and the train tracks, this little area here. And I'm starting off by making a roundabout, because I really want to have a lot of roundabouts in this city, because it's something that is very common, and yeah, in real places here in Europe. And yeah, so just try to make as many roundabouts as I can, because I noticed that when you look at this city from above and when you add more roundabouts, it just feels a little bit more realistic. So yeah, but using like terrain here to be able to make a bridge out of this road going over the train tracks, and yeah, just using some retaining walls to make this bridge I guess feel a little bit more realistic. But yeah, so I'm using these UK roads a lot, and they're really nice, but I don't know, I think I will have to like shift up a little bit and use some other ones with like bike lanes and stuff, because not all roads are just like normal roads with parking on the side. So I definitely kind of want to shift up the roads a little bit. I will be using some roads with grass and stuff in the middle later on in this episode, but yeah. Alright, so now we're getting into the small port here, and this is pretty cool. I like how this turned out. This is probably like the 5th attempt of me trying to create a small port area, I guess. I tried a lot of different designs and I wasn't happy with any of them, but then I finally made this one, and it actually turned out pretty nice in my opinion. So yeah, using these dock assets by Ronix. But my whole idea with this is that if you remember the beach we made a few episodes ago in the city center, my whole like story with all of this is that beach was an old port area with industry and ships and stuff, but then they decided to get rid of all of that because they wanted to make the city more, I guess, nicer with not industry in the middle of the city center. And they decided to, I guess, get rid of that whole industry area with the docks and ports and just make a nice beach for tourists or people living in the city, whatever. And then they realized, or also my idea is that this small port area here was also like an industrial area with ships and stuff like that. And then they realized when they made the beach, and also before, I guess, that it wouldn't be super nice to have massive like cargo ships and stuff right next to where people swim in the water. So then they also, I guess, turned all of this into like a small port with just smaller private boats and like sailboats and motorboats and stuff like that, and just a marina. So that's sort of my idea with all of this. Is that that Brunswald actually had and was more of a port town back in the day, with ports right in the city center, but then they decided to get rid of all of it and just focus more on tourism and yeah, so that's why we'll see that this whole small port area will have a lot of like new development with new apartment buildings, because it's like a pretty recent development, this whole port area. So I thought that was a pretty nice story to all of this, and that got me into thinking that we could make like an actual industry harbor or industrial harbor a little bit more outside of the city, somewhere else, because I want to make an industrial harbor, and the story could be that they just moved it out from the city to a better area, and that's where they have all of the cargo for ships and stuff nowadays, and all of this here close to the city is just like tourism and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm thinking we will be doing an industry, I guess, harbor in the future, a little bit more outside of the city, so that should be cool. But yeah, just wanted to give you that sort of, I guess, imagined history for Brunswald, just to have this all make a little bit more sense, why there's just like beaches and like leisure areas, like a small port like this one in an old city like Brunswald, because this is meant to be an old city. So yeah, that's just all the history that I would imagine for this city. And yeah, so not too big of a marina, I guess this one is. It has a few boats and docks and stuff, but it's not massive. And I think it's fine, to be honest. I actually don't go into too much detail in today's episode. You can see all that ploppable asphalt next to all of those dock assets by Ronix. Like those areas will sort of be almost left empty in this episode because I won't really detail them. But we'll definitely get back to that, and the side towards the city of the port will not really get detailed in today's episode either. So yeah, but I will definitely come back to this. I don't know if it will be the next episode or more in the future, but I'm definitely not finished with this whole marina area. And but yeah, for now I think it looks really nice. I'm making these breakwaters here as well, which definitely I think makes sense. Even though they just tend to have like one spot, one open area to the sea. I actually made two with those breakwater things. I don't know if that's 100% realistic, but I think it just looks nice. And I use the breakwater rocks by Strict Toaster as well. But yeah, I put down one of those new apartment buildings by Journable, and I really wanted to use that new asset somewhere, so I put it down here. And it looks really nice, and those apartments there will probably be pretty expensive, to be honest, but yeah. Alright, so I've been talking for more than 10 minutes now, and I want to leave you with some music, because this time-lapse actually turned out pretty long. I think it will be around like 23 or 24 minutes, so yeah, there's gonna be probably a little bit more music in today's episode, but I'll definitely come back with some more commentary in a few minutes. But yeah, enjoy some music for now, and I'll catch back in a few minutes. Alright, so now we're getting into working on some seaside mansions. So I'm starting off by putting down this like pretty big. I think this is I think it's called European house or European home or something like that. I've used this asset before in Rosenberg, I think. So it's a really nice asset to use for a more of a mansion building, I guess. And then I'm putting down this other mansion, which is way more modern, and it's by Palm's Time, the guy that is also creating some amazing YouTube videos. He also does assets and stuff, and I think it's one of the Thai buildings or something like that. But yeah, I thought that would fit really well for just a modern mansion here along the water. So yeah, super cool building actually, and I've been wanting to use this one here in Brunswald for some time. And yeah, it has like a integrated pool and a nice I guess driveway and stuff. So yeah, but wanted to make some more luxurious homes here, pretty close to the marina. And this will not only be the only like wealthy mansion area, I guess you could call it, in Brunswald. I'm actually planning on doing more stuff like this on the other side of the castle. Behind the castle, there's like a hilly area there. I want to do some mansions up on those hills, which I think could be cool, because I would imagine that Brunswald is a fairly expensive city to live in, and like there's a lot of wealthy people and stuff like that. So yeah, but also adding some like private docks here, which is really cool, I think, even though the marina is really close. And I placed the boat there really weird, but I'm actually changing that later on, and just placing it parallel to the pier or dock, whatever. I even like place it like that, but that's not correct either. So I actually went in and looked on Google Maps how it actually was. But yeah, I'll be changing that, so don't worry about that. Also, I don't know like if it would be 100% realistic for these like mansions to have their own like private dock like this, because the whole ocean is there in front of them. So yeah, because in the marina we have like breakwaters and stuff, but these like private ones, they don't really have any breakwaters. So I don't know how realistic that is, but I guess we could imagine that the water is fairly I guess not that deep. So yeah, I don't know, but I thought it looked really cool to add these private docks here. So yeah, and then I'm adding some manicured grass, which is nice. This is the same decal as I used around the castle in the last episode. Alright, so I'm making this little area here, which has this gravel path that goes through. I didn't really want to make this like a beach with like chairs and people, I guess, using this for leisure or whatever, because this is sort of between the marina and these private mansions and stuff. So this would just be sort of an awkward spot. So I decided to make this into some sort of I guess waterside park with this pathway going through and benches and stuff like that instead, and then just having some trees and stuff instead of making it like an actual beach. So I think that turned out cool, just some more variation, not having like leisure beaches, I guess, everywhere. Alright, so now we're getting into putting down these what are they called? Well, they're the Crater Pack by Avania. I used these ones in Rosenberg as well. I totally forgot the name of this Crater Pack. But they're like, I guess, yeah, European suburbs or something like that. So yeah, these are gonna be the ones that I'll be using for like suburbs and stuff in Brunswald, because they just work really nice and they feel really realistic. But I do have to prop it up to get rid of all the vanilla fences and stuff like that, or the vanilla hedges. And then I'm just using these nicer hedges instead. And yeah, I just wanted to like try out and do some suburbs here between these train tracks and the mansions. So yeah, just sort of this detailing that I'm doing here will be the type of detailing that I will have in the suburbs of Brunswald. Not really much more than this, like hedges, and then I'll be going in and putting down some trees just to make it look nicer. So that's pretty much the detailing that I want to go for with these suburbs, because I do plan on putting down quite a bit of them. So yeah, but I really enjoyed this like small one here that actually like sort of sits on the, or no, it's right before the roundabout there, just a small one. It looks really cool with those fences there. I try to mix it up a little bit as well to not have hedges absolutely everywhere, to have some fences as well. And I downloaded those like big gates. Oh, before that, I just want to point this out. Die Hard Hunter made those custom Brunswald signs that I'm gonna use around the city. So super cool. Thanks a lot to Die Hard Hunter. Those are a really cool addition to have some custom signs. But yeah, what I was going to say was that I downloaded some like massive gates and stuff for those mansions as well, which turned out really cool. But I'm putting down this sort of final apartment complex for this area, and this turned out really cool. I had to work with some elevations and stuff using these retaining walls, and then just putting down a bunch of bushes and trees here, and it turned out really nice actually, just covering up all these weird cliff textures and stuff. But yeah, this turned out really cool. I like this apartment building a lot. I think it's something from Berlin. But yeah, so also adding some barriers here on this descending road, which definitely would make sense so people don't go flying straight into that little back lot for the apartment. But yeah, I think it turned out really nice with these barriers as well. This whole area is nice, but it's not 100% done, so we'll definitely come back to this. But yeah, this episode is coming to an end. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I know a lot of people that watch these videos actually aren't subscribed, so make sure to do that. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well. Those are in the description. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day, and bye-bye.